Hello everyone. Welcome to Motivational Journey in Life. Today I will share with you a very good topic about lessons from Stoicism to keep calm. Lessons from Stoicism help you stay calm, manage your emotions, and remain resilient in the face of life's challenges. Focus on what you can control. One of the core principles of Stoicism is this: distinguish between what you can control and what you cannot. This idea forms the foundation for staying calm and clear-headed in a chaotic world. According to Stoic philosophers like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, we cannot control external events, such as circumstances, the weather, or the words and actions of others. However, we can fully control how we respond, how we think, and the actions we choose to take. When you focus on what you can control, you avoid getting caught up in unnecessary worries or pointless anger. Instead of becoming frustrated by traffic jams or hurtful comments, you can choose to stay calm and respond mindfully. This not only brings peace of mind but also strengthens your sense of control and mental resilience. In reality, we face many situations every day that are beyond our control. By consistently reminding yourself to focus on what you can do, such as maintaining a positive attitude, working hard, and treating others with kindness, life becomes simpler, more peaceful, and more effective. Stoicism doesn't promise a life free of difficulty, but it gives you a powerful tool to face challenges with calmness and strength. Staying calm in the face of adversity. Life is never a smooth path. Everyone faces challenges, setbacks, or adversity, from minor daily frustrations to major life crises. However, what sets people apart is not the level of difficulty they encounter, but how they respond to it. Stoicism teaches that staying calm amid hardship is a form of inner strength, a sign of a mature and deep-thinking mind. According to Stoic philosophers, you cannot stop the storms of life, but you can learn to master yourself in the middle of them. When you remain calm, you are not driven by negative emotions, allowing you to make wiser decisions. Instead of blaming fate or panicking, a Stoic chooses to accept reality, face the problem directly, and act with reason. Staying calm doesn't mean being indifferent or suppressing emotions. It is the conscious choice to respond with clarity and composure, without letting the external chaos disturb your inner peace. This sense of calm helps you avoid getting trapped in a cycle of negativity and keeps you grounded through turbulent times. Practicing calmness requires discipline, but the more you experience it, the more you realize, in moments when the outside world feels most chaotic, a steady and resilient mind becomes your safest refuge. And that is the precious gift Stoicism offers to anyone willing to live mindfully. Control your emotions, don't react impulsively. One of the key lessons from Stoicism is learning to control your emotions instead of letting them control you. In life, we often get swept up in impulsive reactions, anger, anxiety, sadness, when faced with something unpleasant. But impulsive reactions often lead to mistakes, hurt others, or leave us with lasting regret. Stoic philosophers like Seneca taught that negative emotions are temporary, but the consequences of acting on them can be long-lasting. That's why, instead of reacting immediately, Stoic practitioners learn to pause, observe their emotions, and ask themselves questions like, is this really worth getting angry about? Can I view this situation differently? Asking such questions creates a space between stimulus and response, allowing for a more rational, intentional reaction. Controlling your emotions doesn't mean suppressing or denying them. On the contrary, it means recognizing emotions as they arise, but not letting them overpower your reason. When you cultivate this ability, you are no longer a victim of emotional impulses, you become the master of your inner world. In today's fast-paced, high-pressure world, emotional control is more important than ever. It helps you stay calm in relationships, remain steady in the face of problems, and make wiser decisions under stress. Stoicism doesn't teach you to be emotionless, it teaches you to be mindful. Because emotional control is the foundation for living deeply, acting with strength, and finding freedom from within. Living by reason and inner values. Stoicism emphasizes living according to reason and inner values, rather than chasing external validation or fleeting material standards. According to Stoic philosophers, true freedom and peace come only when our actions arise from a clear mind and a strong set of core principles. Living by reason means thinking carefully before acting, not allowing emotions to dictate decisions, and always considering long-term consequences. Reason is the guiding light that leads to right action, helping us distinguish between what truly matters and what is merely superficial. When faced with difficulties or temptations, the rational person does not react impulsively but chooses to act in accordance with justice and virtue. At the same time, inner values, such as integrity, courage, kindness, and responsibility, serve as the foundation for a meaningful life. These values are not dependent on external conditions, they reside within us. A Stoic is not swayed by praise or criticism, nor by wealth or possessions, because they understand that real worth does not come from fame or riches, but from character and the way one lives. In today's world, where people are often swept away by appearances, comparisons, and social expectations, living by reason and inner values helps you maintain balance and a strong sense of self. You don't need to prove anything to anyone, only to live in alignment with what you know is right. Stoicism doesn't aim for perfection, but encourages you to live honestly, deeply, and with a constant orientation toward goodness. When reason guides your path and inner values become your compass, you'll find lasting peace and true meaning in life, regardless of external circumstances. Discipline and humble action. Stoicism does not stop at thoughts or philosophy, it emphasizes real, practical action, consistent, disciplined behavior carried out with humility. For the Stoic, knowledge holds little value unless it is transformed into concrete and consistent actions each day. Discipline is a core element in sustaining inner growth. It helps you build good habits, overcome procrastination, and stay true to your chosen values regardless of fleeting emotions or external difficulties. A Stoic does not act based on mood or impulse, but according to principles and reason. They understand that true success comes not from grand gestures, but from small, persistent actions. However, alongside discipline is humility. The Stoic understands they are not perfect and that there is always more to learn. They do not seek admiration but focus on self-improvement. Humility prevents the ego from overpowering reason and keeps the mind open to correction, growth, and wisdom. Discipline moves you forward, humility keeps you grounded. When these two qualities work together, you not only act effectively but also live with depth and responsibility toward yourself and the world around you. Stoicism teaches us to stay calm and resilient by focusing on what we can control, mastering our emotions, and acting with reason, discipline, and humility. It reminds us that true peace comes from within, not from external success, but from living with integrity, clarity, and purpose. In a world full of noise and chaos, these timeless lessons help us stay grounded, thoughtful, and free. If you find the video interesting, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel to watch more interesting videos.